everybody. Hey, Dr. Irrefutable, how are you? Hopefully it was a good weekend. So yeah, tonight we'll be working on this Black Dragon. Ha, nah. I'm on to you, hotshot. So I'll just get all of these parts out of the box, just so people can see them. Yes, finally getting to this Black Dragon from Crypt Monkey Studios. Or at least printed by Crypt Monkey. Designed by Lord of the Print. A few little supports here and there to get. So I figured I'd start with that while we wait for people to join in. But how's your weekend, Doc? Oh, not too shabby. Took the kiddos to see Kung Fu Panda 4, which it was fun. Not like the best Kung Fu Panda movie ever, but it was still good. Yeah, there's just a nice little support right here that I really just want to get rid of. Hey, Ty. How are ya? There we go. Can make that look well. Let's see if we can. There we go. And I'm glad you liked the new Ghostbusters movie, Ty. Yeah. I really want to see it myself, but it's also... Alright, I'll ask your opinion. Would it be good to take a 9-year-old, a 7-year-old, and 2 6-year-olds too? Or would that be best watched in the comfort of our own living room, where they feel a little bit safer? And I'm not saying they're scaredy cat kids at all, just, you know how kids can be. Hello, Fabulous Bill. Yeah, he's back from Adepticon, and he got me some loot. He got me the Ninjon Pro Acryl Signature Set, which I may have to use some of this Dark Plum and Warm Flesh on this dragon. And he got me this Beast Bond super glue that works really good, or better, on resins. Hello, Bear Witch. I was just trimming off some like little bits of supports. So, yeah. When you get a 3D printed model, sometimes there's like little bits like this right here. Those are like what's left of the supports while it was being printed. It's not a misprint or anything, and they're just easily removed. And usually, studios like Crypt Monkey do a very excellent job getting like 95% uh, of all the little supports. But every now and then you just have to go back through, get a few, not even complaining. And plus, I'm showing you all of the parts here, and there is no instruction manual. But they are easy to put together still. Actually, I think I see a little misprint on this claw here. I think it's supposed to be about like that. Oh well. He just has some authentic battle damage. Right as Crypt Monkey comes in. Yeah, I looked over it initially, but yeah, I noticed this just now. That this one claw, but again, see how mad I am? Okay, an at-home movie, yeah, because Delay Capture and I were going to try and pre-screen it ourselves and then determine whether or not it would be good for the littles in the theater or not. Again, yeah, just removing a few little supports here and there. Yeah, the drive to and from Chicago from here is, yeah, it's a long drive. I've done it a few times. I know exactly how he feels right now. PAX East, GaryCon, and also Adepticon. Yeah. So, one other thing that we always will try to do with models when putting them together is always do a dry fit before you even try to glue things together. So you see here. Now what I'll do is I will use super glue, and then I will go through and yeah. Again, Crypt Monkey Studios, they do a fantastic job, but 3D printers are going to be 3D printers. So you might get like little gaps and little gaps. But you have some experience with... I have a lot of experience with some of the older GW models that no matter how good you did putting the damn thing together, there was always some form of gap. Somewhere. Hit a rainstorm, which slowed you slightly. Okay. But yeah, so... yeah, all of the dry fits forever and always. Alright, so... let's see how this glue works as soon as I open it. There for just a little bit. Really even try to press it together. Yeah. Yeah, tweezers for some of the mold lines and some just like even a little X-Acto knife and sometimes even a little set of clippers. Yeah, I mean, not twerking too hard on it, you know, but no, it seems to be holding quite well, quite fast. And then as you can see here, we're going to have a bit of a gap. Well, hey, let's not glue my fingers to the model, too, where the glue is still drying, huh? I mean, I like black dragons. I just don't like them that much. Yeah, and that's kind of what I'm doing here too. Is first of all, the wings are probably, well, let's see. Oh, yep. See, just like little bits, like right there. There we go. Doesn't look too bad there. Yeah, I did notice that this stuff dried immediately. Yeah, dried really dang fast. Let's see, goes good there, but then there's a bit of a. And again, part of the reason why I will glue and then go back with green stuff is so if I don't get it lined up just right, I can blend it out and make it work. Yeah. And again, this is just the nature of the beast with 3D printing. You know, you can get a studio like Crypt Monkey that they do an amazing job making sure their printers are all running good and stuff like that, but you always get little anomalies in your print. So it's not their fault, and it gives you a chance to practice with putty. Think of it that way. Alright, let's see how these arms look. Yeah, see, and I might, yeah, we'll glue on the arms. I'll deal with some gaps there, and then glue on the wings, so that way I'm not futzing around with those. And let's see how the head fits. Well, you guys are like the best shop for me to go to for all of this stuff. So, massive shout out. Hey, can someone give a shout out to Crypt Monkey Studios? Yeah, like I even have a buddy who does some 3D printing, and he's like, now things might not work great all the time. I'm just like, yeah, no, I know. I've heard the gripings from other friends, i.e., Crypt Monkey Studios, when it comes to this, and I am not too proud to say that I can, that oh no, I can't fit. If it doesn't fit together just perfectly, I can't make it work. No, as long as it fits together well enough, I can make it work. And then see, even the 3D printers are like, no, they have great models, but they're always some fiddly bits with them. Oh, that's a very good question, Ty. And who knows, that might just be one that they will answer in DMs. Slide into their DMs. Lots of pokey bits on this dragon too, when you gotta have to use some pressure to hold stuff together. Yes, this glue dries very fast. Yeah, see, glue's holding just fine. But there's a big gap right there. You can kind of see the line right there. So again, nothing wrong with it. And yeah, just like the detail on this sculpt alone and the fact that they printed this out amazingly just says a lot. Again, can you tell I like using them? Alright, there you go. And yes, this Beast Bond from Creature Caster seems to be working quite well. I'm quite pleased with this. Thank you, Fabulous Bill. Oh yeah, and Sojan will be working some weird hours this week. So I might be working on this as on Wednesday as well. Because there's a shutdown at a plant that he's doing. So then that means he has to go in at like, either 10 p.m. or 2 a.m. to do stuff. He's super happy about it. Okay, so for this arm, I'm going to probably trim off a little bit of this bit right here. And just using sprue cutters, but be gentle, because this stuff likes to just immediately break off. Yes, that is why he is not here, Doc. You're being the solo mod. Wah, wah, wah. The mod with no name. Except we know it's Dr. Irrefutable. But you can't argue with him. He's irrefutable, and he has tenure. That's the spirit, Doc. That's the spirit. Oh, and has anyone else been watching Shogun at all? Just out of curiosity. So we've been watching that and Masters of the Air recently. And oh dear God, Masters of the Air is intense. Good, but intense. Like was what some of the bomb runs those guys had to go on. Oof. Hey, that's fair. At least you're honest. Yeah, because then I think he goes on his base. He goes on his base like that. From your point of view, both of you. That. Got myself glued onto the model. If at any point you need me to kind of twist or turn the model a little bit different so you guys can see something, let me know. Dude who speaks in the sergeant voice. Oh, just like you channeling his inner R. Lee Ermey or whatever his name was. How tall are you, son? 6.5 feet. Jesus Christ, I didn't know they stacked shit that high. You know, that kind of voice. Okay, been forever since I've seen Forrest Gump, so of course on the heaviest part, it doesn't want to stick right away. Yep, R. Lee Ermey. Your stereotypical drill sergeant. Loved him in Saving Silverman, too. Just go like this. Just gap fill all around. Dude is from Australia, so when we switch between voices, like being hit out of left field. Is the glue holding? The glue is holding. So, before I try and glue on this bit of the tail, yeah, I'm going to reinforce this tail with and gap fill with green stuff. Actually, I'm going to probably So I got some green stuff, but I also got like a new thing of dual epoxy, and it's gray stuff. And it's somewhere. I see it. Do you guys want me to use the gray stuff or the traditional green stuff? There's no wrong answer. So yeah, it's gray stuff like this as opposed to just traditional green stuff. All right. Yep. And they stapled it shut, so let's just kind of cut out where the staple is. There we go. Okay, green stuff is a two-part epoxy, and you mix it together to it is good for sculpting, and it's good for sticking things together. So, and normally it's called green stuff. Yeah. And they call it green stuff because it's yellow and blue traditionally make green. So varying shades of green, like if you want it to be a stronger bond, you'd use more blue and instead of yellow. But if you want it to have a higher sculpting time, you'd use more yellow instead of blue. And yeah, it's just more of a what you'd be used to working with kind of thing. And good lord, this is way harder than I would want this to be. So, you know what? Just gonna go with the green stuff. So, tear off some yellow. I mean, I could still try it, but I'll show how traditional green stuff works. And then, yeah, just wet it down a little bit, and then you just kind of proceed to knead it together till it turns green. And I'm going a more darker green because I want it to be able to hold. I don't need it to have sculptability. And plus the average cure time on this before you really want to paint over it is about 24 hours. Or at least that's how long I'll go. See, got a nice green color there. Okay, and now time to use some of the new sculpting tools I got. Yeah, always just kind of wet down your sculpting tools as well. Just kind of work it into the gaps, smooth it down a little bit so that way it looks like it's actually part of the model. And occasionally some metal ones just to kind of help really corral it faster into where you want it. Again, not that this stuff sets up really hard really quick, but sometimes just a little extra nudge and push here and there, and then just even like pushing a little bit into the gap so that way you're sure it will hold nicely. Again, just wetting down your tools every now and then, just even with a little bit of water, goes a long way when working with green stuff. It's a blessing and a curse, Bear Witch, because then I know I can fix a lot of my kids' broken toys most of the time with just like some green stuff. And again, keep in mind, I've been doing this for about 20 plus years, so I've learned a lot along the way, and I don't mind sharing it with anybody. Obviously. And actually, any good miniature painter should want to share their knowledge the next generation of painters so they don't have to struggle with some things. Plus then you just have an available skill set just ready to go. And sometimes I'll even just kind of scrape it back. So that way it's just getting into the spots where I need it the most. see. I think these are a little bit larger scale. Let's go ahead and try them. And again, these tools are just like some silicone tip tools. That way the green stuff isn't as apt to just trying to stick to it, and it'll stay. I'm trying to keep it. I still have this whole little stockpile of green stuff to go back to. Again, if you guys have any questions at all while I'm doing this, please don't hesitate to ask. Otherwise, I'm just kind of getting a little bit into the groove of getting this What do you mean? African or European swallow? And see, I'm trying to just work this green stuff into the gaps so that way it's not as painfully obvious where any of the green stuff would be. And trying to do like some random lines and scale work. You know, follow some lines so things look as natural as possible. Oh, and here's another here's a fun little trivia thing that is it's stupid that it's true, but it's fun. Does anybody know what the name for the Stegosaurus's spiked tail is? Yep. The fact that it got its name from a Far Side comic strip is just amazing. I love it. Because just he made a joke, just like cavemen like looking at a diagram of a Stegosaurus and going, we'll call this end here the Thagomizer, named after the late Thag Simmons. And the scientific community is just like, yeah, why not? Yep, you were close, Ty. Yeah, got one of my coworkers real good with that today. He's like, no, there's no way that's real. And delved into it a little bit, and yeah, it's just, yeah, like the Smithsonian, some BBC documentaries, and a few research papers have gone as far as to now calling it the Thagomizer. Genius name for the small species of frog is Minnie. Okay, yeah. See now, look at how this looks. Kind of have this feathered out a little bit. So yeah, there. That will dry nicely. We won't. Most people won't know where the tail joined together. Okay. You know what? I have some green stuff here. Let's go back to the gray stuff and let's try that. Because otherwise, if I need to start trying to get a refund. Yeah, you shouldn't have to literally break it apart like that. Alright. Three species are thus named minuscule, minimum, and miniature. Nice. Just kind of move this off to the side here so I'm not trying to hold my hands over the mini. Yeah, sure, go ahead. let's see how good this stuff works. I do too, but yeah, it feels, lack of a better term, chunky. I don't really like that much right now, but feels too stiff, and there's feels like there's lumps in it. But again, that's why I'm trying it on the head, because that's not going to be, lack of a better term, load bearing at all. Doesn't feel like there's as good of a workability with this right now. conditioner, getting the artist's best friend. Yeah, okay. So, like right here, there's like a chunk in this that didn't blend out. Yeah, there's. I think it's look up brush conditioner, and it's called Artist Best Friend or something like that. Um, and clean out your brush, and actually, I even found that using some rubbing alcohol in like a shot glass, and then cleaning, like swirling your brush in that, wiping it off a few times, and then going in with that conditioning soap and kind of reforming the tip with it uh, helps. And also, really cleaning your brushes really good. Yeah, they're kind of doing the splaying on you where like the ends kind of get a little frayed. I always clean off most after every brush stroke. The next day it's all splayed out. Yeah. Um, just even at the end of the night too, just putting a little bit on there and kind of rolling and twisting your brush, or even just like rolling it between, like kind of pinching between your fingers and rolling it and reforming the tip, but not taking off the cleaner, does help as well. Yeah. Maybe it's me just having to get used to this, but I'm gonna probably go to the green stuff for the rest of this. I have a decent amount made up. It's not gonna hurt anything to mix them. workability with this is way better. There we go, and let's do... Alright, and then on these that aren't even structural at all... wow, I'm already at an hour. So, I'm going to use a little bit of plastic putty from Vallejo. And just do... just a little bit through there.
Hey, phrasing.
Yeah. And just water it down just a little bit so that way it flows into the gap, but then it doesn't.
Why are you casting magic missile? There's nothing to attack here. I'm attacking the darkness. Let me see that sheet.
Well, it says I have blue, but I decided I wanted gray eyes.
Whatever. Okay, you guys can talk to each other now if you want. Hello?
Do I see that happening?
No, you're outside by the tavern.
Okay, but if there's any girls there, I want to do them.
Oh, man. Yeah, that is a deep cut. All right. Get just a little bit here. And yeah, this putty here is not structural stuff at all. So yeah, that's why I had like the green stuff here, the green stuff there. Oh crap, I forgot to do. You know what? That gap actually was almost non-existent. So we're just gonna do. Sorry, I'm running a little late tonight, guys, but I just figured I'd get this now so that way stuff has time to cure before we move on to the next stuff on Wednesday. No. Fine, I'll say Greem then. Some of those look like natural scales, which that's always good. Yeah, at least to the credit of some of these 3D sculptors, they try to plan where some of their joints are going to be to where it'll look natural, like, you know, in a seam right here betwixt stuff. Okay. Alright, I think that'll look pretty good once everything has dried. Yeah, I don't know if I like that gray stuff. Really, it's too... Yeah, I don't know. Verdict's not out yet on this, or at least initial reactions are I don't like it. Cause yeah, like this is all it's soft and malleable on the inside. I wonder if and who knows? Yeah, I don't know. I got nothing. I got some Gale Force 9 gray stuff. And, like, the outside here is hard. Like, with my green stuff, like, I can press into both of these. Well, not the blue so much, but I can press into them easily enough and tear off pieces. And there's also, like, I don't know, on the white material for it, it feels chunky. And there's, like, here, let's see if I can roll this out at all. If I even can. Yeah, there's like lumps in this. Yeah, see, look. Like right in there, right there. I don't know. Like, initial reactions are mixed at best, leaning towards the negative. So, yeah, like this green stuff, no lumps, no nothing. Like, you'll just have to actually track down some, like maybe just get some green stuff from Green Stuff World or something like that. Yeah, because this stuff, perfectly malleable. Like, and yes, I know you banned Greem. Yeah. Yeah, malleable, easy to use. No. This stuff, no. It's disappointing, but oh well. It is what it is. Yeah. Well, thanks everybody for sticking around as long as you did. I appreciate it immensely. Yeah, and Wednesday we will continue our journey with getting stuff done. Oh, the dragon. Yeah, just had a thought. I have some leftover green stuff. I don't know. You guys want to watch me try and sculpt a claw, or just have me do that off screen? True enough. All right. Well, all of you have a great night. Yeah, we will see you guys on Wednesday, and yeah, we'll keep working on this. And Sojan has wonky hours and won't be here for night. And yeah, otherwise, don't know too much else. So between now and then, just remember, guys and gals and cool people, to keep on painting. Thank you, Crypt Monkey. Great model to work with.